أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I hope everyone is doing well on this beautiful evening, inshallah. Welcome to Celebrate Mercy's program, Stories of Supplications. My name is Alman Nusrat, and I'm so happy to be here with you. I pray that you are all having a wonderful Ramadan. I pray that you're having beautiful nights as we enter into these last final nights of Ramadan. It's always a time where we're striving for our best, striving for that connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I pray that we all receive it, receive the blessings, receive the beauty of faith in these nights. I want to know where you all are joining from. So feel free to engage the chat, send in your messages. Let me know where you're joining from, inshallah. And of course, share this link with your loved ones, with your friends and family, and allow others to benefit, inshallah, from our esteemed guest, Shaykh Yasir Fahmy. This is Stories of Supplications, where we discuss the du'as of the prophets in the Quran. And today we'll be going over the du'a of Moses, and it's entitled Moses Facing Fears, Finding Strength, inshallah. To start off, of course, we are in this month of Ramadan, this month of giving, and Celebrate Mercy has been running a campaign on Launch Good for throughout this month. And if you're interested in knowing exactly how Celebrate Mercy will be utilizing these funds and the aims that they have, the goals that they have for this coming year, and the projects that they've worked on throughout this past year, in 2023, feel free to join these very important and informative webinars, these sessions that will take place. They'll have brief presentations with Q&A with the distinguished speakers that you see on your screen there. You can go to you can go to celebratemercy.com to RSVP, celebratemercy.com/review. And we have several sessions coming up. So I highly encourage you to join those if you'd like to know more about Celebrate Mercy and the work that they're trying to do, inshallah. And of course, the 27th night special power, prayer, and promise, inshallah, on Friday, April 5th, we'll be having a special webinar, 6 to 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern Time. And we'll be joined by the amazing scholars that have been joining us throughout this beautiful month, joining us for reflections and various sessions. So it's going to be a really enlightening evening, and an evening that you can use to jumpstart your ibadah, your worship, as we move through the night, inshallah. So you can RSVP at celebratemercy.org/night27. So we also want you to help Celebrate Mercy win the Launch Good campaign tournament here. We have from Friday to Saturday, April 5th to 6th, donate between 7 p.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I believe that may be a typo there, but you can donate. No, that's right. 7 p.m. to 7 p.m., I believe. I'll have a verification in the chat here. But if Celebrate Mercy gets the most donations on the 27th night, the day of Ramadan, we'll win Launch Good's grand prize. And this is really important because first place receives $20,000, inshallah. So that's going to help go a long way with the work that Celebrate Mercy is trying to do, with the programs that we're trying to put together. And if you've been joining us throughout this month, you've seen, the programs that we had for children, for teens and tweens, and for adults. We had the reflections on the Quran. We have reflections like these on the du'as of the Prophet, on the du'as of the prophets, peace be upon them all. And really, this is just kind of a snapshot of all the things that Celebrate Mercy is really trying to do throughout the year. So in order for us to get to those goals and to actually stay in the organization so that we can continue bringing content to you all, both in person and online, we would need to reach our goal, inshallah. And so you can help with reaching that goal by donating at launchgood.com/CM and helping us to reach that first place so that we can get $20,000. So here's a quick snapshot of the work that Celebrate Mercy has done since 2022. So basically an overview of the last 24 months. We've had 950 hours of new content, 15 kids programs with 18,200 children enrolled, mashallah, 350 1,000 hours of content viewed, 872,000 raised for relief aid and scholarships, 680 webinars, and 10 social and salawat campaigns. You can learn more and you can support us and help spread the message of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, by visiting launchgood.com/CM. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Giving charity extinguishes sins just as water extinguishes fire. And the best of charity is that given in Ramadan." Brothers and sisters, today is a match day. And what that means is that a donor is matching up to $5,000. So go ahead and go to launchgood.com/CM and donate on this blessed night where your generosity will be multiplied and returned to you many times over. It's a beautiful thing to give in this month and to support a worthy cause. And so if you donate tonight, inshallah, a donor will match up to $5,000. We are currently at 59% of our Ramadan goal. We're at $595,000 with our $1 million goal. So once again, to help spread the message of Islam, to help spread the beauty of the character of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his story, help us tell his story, right? Help us share that history. And you can do that by donating, and you can be a part of the great work that Celebrate Mercy is doing. And of course, there's free gifts for supporters as well. And you can learn more at celebratemercy.com, and you can head over to LaunchGood. And here's a quick overview of where those funds will be going. And once again, as I mentioned earlier, you can join those webinars that will be coming up. And so you can learn more about the work that Celebrate Mercy is trying to do, and there'll be discussions about these, and you can get your questions answered as well. We also have a Sirah Scholarship Fund, which is zakat eligible. It's strictly used to facilitate prophetic learning, used to support tuition fees of zakat eligible seekers, and used to send books sent to incarcerated Muslims. You can read more about how you can give your zakat to our scholarship fund at launchgood.com/CM, and you can scroll to the zakat section. We have gifts for our Ramadan donors. And so when you give to Celebrate Mercy, and when you are part of this amazing initiative, there are certain gifts that you can qualify for, and you see some of them here on your screen. From amongst them, one of my personal favorites is the Holy Mosque carpets. I think that I actually have that in my home, and it's beautiful because it's a part of history. It's something that reminds you of Mecca and Medina and being there and being in that beautiful environment. It's something that you can have in your own home. And so if you donate, inshallah, you can qualify for these amazing gifts, and you can benefit from that, inshallah. So you can donate at launchgood.com/CM. You can scan the QR code on your screen or visit the link that is mentioned there, launchgood.com/CM. And may Allah accept your support as a gift in honor of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. After this evening, inshallah, we'll have, or after this session rather, we will have 30 Nights of Light, which is a program that's been going on every night throughout this past month, in which we go over the chapters of the Quran, and we have reflections from our esteemed scholars as well. I've been hosting some of those sessions, and they're full of gems. So I highly encourage you in these final nights to be a part of that. It helps you to connect with the Quran. It helps you to contextualize. It helps you to understand. It helps you to familiarize yourself with themes in the Quran and just how relevant it really is to spiritual life. And so, inshallah, please do join those sessions. You can RSVP at celebratemercy.org/nights. And once again, that will be following this session, inshallah, tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Just a quick overview of some of the series that we have. We have the Ramadan series for ages 8 to 12, Allah Loves, Does Allah Love Me, and How Do I Know? We also have the teen series, Why Do I Believe? Fortifying Faith, Destroying Doubt. And we also have a Ramadan sale at celebratemercy.org. So you can go over there and you can find gifts for people of all ages, from children to adults. You can get prayer mats and books and, decor and all different kinds of things, inshallah. So if you want to get a gift for yourself, for your family members, for your loved ones in this beautiful month of giving, you can do that, and you can get 20% off site-wide on all orders above $100. you can use the code Ramadan20 at checkout at celebratemercy.org/store. You can sponsor the webinars during this month. We've had what we planned for 90 webinars in 30 days. We're in the middle of that, but mashallah, we've been hitting all of them. And these webinars are viewed by thousands of people daily. Your family's duas can be featured in each webinar, and this can serve as a sadaqah jariyah for you or a loved one who has passed as well. In 2023, audiences spent 2,200 hours each day viewing Celebrate Mercy's Ramadan webinars. And so I highly encourage you, if you would like to have a dua shared with all of these viewers, you can sponsor these webinars and benefit from that, insha'Allah. You can learn more at celebratemercy.org/sponsor. And once again, the sponsor slides are shown at least twice during a webinar to thousands who view the live shows and recordings. This evening's webinar, my tongue is slipping here. I gotta slow down. This evening's webinar is brought to you by an anonymous family. The dua reads, "May Allah grant our deceased parents Jannah and make us sadaqah jariyah for them. May Allah grant us righteous spouses. May He bring us success in this life and the next. May Allah cure the sick, heal our hearts, and give relief to those suffering, especially in Gaza and worldwide. Ameen, ameen, ameen." May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this dua. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless this family and all of those who are watching. Please pray for this family. Whoever, Allah knows who they are. And we ask that Allah blesses them, and we ask that Allah grants them their dua. That is so selfless and asking for the healing for those around the world, especially our brothers and sisters in Palestine. And of course, sharing is caring. So do share this link for this stream and all of the programs that Celebrate Mercy does. You can share on Facebook, Instagram, and on X. And I encourage you to do so. Help spread the goodness, inshallah, and people will benefit, and we will benefit ourselves. Once again, you can hit the notification bell, subscribe, and hit the like button as well. At this time, I'd like to introduce our speaker, Shaykh Yasir Fahmy. Shaykh Yasir Fahmy graduated from Rutgers Business School. After working for a number of years in finance, he then moved to Egypt, where he studied for 8 years at Al-Azhar University. In his time at Al-Azhar, he attained numerous ijazas, independent certifications, and studied under many notable teachers, including Sheikh Ahmad Dahar Rayan, may Allah have mercy on him. In 2013, Shaykh Yasir Fahmy became the first American Azhari to teach in the renowned Al-Azhar Mosque. Currently, Shaykh Yasir is the founder of Prophetic Living. At this time, I'd like to bring Shaykh Yasir to this.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you,
How
Shaykh?
are you? How are you? Good to see you. May Allah
Good
bless
to
you.
see you.
Keep us in your dua, please, inshallah.
Ameen, inshallah.
Bismillahi
will-
inshallah. Bismillahi walhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala sayyidina wa maulana Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam fil awwalin wa fil akhirin wa fil mala'i al-a'la ila yawm al-din. Alhamdulillah thumma alhamdulillah alhamdulillah alladhi bi ni'matihi tatimmu as-salihat. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we praise Him. It is only by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's grace and mercy do these sacred and righteous realities transpire in our lives. By the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are here together in these last 10 nights of Ramadan, in these blessed sacred moments of Ramadan, hoping and praying and pleading that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will look upon us with an eye of acceptance, an eye of pleasure, an eye of happiness. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala deem us worthy in these nights as those who bear witness and testify to La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasulullah, those who bear witness and testify and assert categorically that we are lovers of Allah and His Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And may Allah grant us the best of these nights. Ya Rab, Allahumma innaka afuwun tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anna ya kareem. So inshallah, we have today a reflection on a portion of the story of Sayyidina Musa. If you recall from days ago, or from a few sessions ago, we actually reflected on one aspect of the story of Sayyidina Musa when he went and he was at the watering well and that whole story, and then he proclaimed, Ya Rabbi, inni lima anzalta ilayya min khayrin faqir, that I am in need of whatever goodness you can bring down to me. And so we spoke about that. Today we're going to be reflecting from Surah Taha upon a section when he is in the miqat, when he's in the meeting with his Lord. And it starts in the 9th verse, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the dua is in the 25th verse, but the backstory starts off with the 9th verse, where he says, وَهَلْ أَتَاكَ, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَهَلْ أَتَاكَ حَدِيثُ مُوسَى, and has the story of Moses reached you, O Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, إِذْ رَأَى نَارًا فَقَالَ لِأَهْلِهِمْ كُثُوا, is he saw a fire, and he said to his family, wait here, إِنِّي أَنَسْتُ نَارًا, for I have spotted a fire. They were traveling from Madian, and they now this is kind of at a certain point, later point in his life, and he says, I have seen a fire, لعلي, I have noticed a fire, spotted a fire, لعلي آتيكم منها بقبس أو أجد على النار هدى, perhaps I can bring you a torch from it or find some guidance at that fire. So perhaps that fire that I see afar will be of benefit to us. And so this is showing Sayyiduna Musa as a man with a family, and he's journeying on this path, and he was very caring and loving and worried about the welfare of his family. So he's like, perhaps I'll find some good sustenance, some guidance, something for us at that fire. فَلَمَّا أَتَاهَا نُودِيَ يَا مُوسَى, and so when he approached the fire, it was called out, "Oh Moses." He heard, "Ya Musa, inni ana rabbuka fakhla'an alayk." Truly, I am your Lord. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tajalla li Musa. He manifested for Moses, and he called out to him. He said, "Ya Musa, I am your Lord. So take off your sandals. Innaka bilwadi al-muqaddasi Tuwa. For verily you are in the sacred valley of Tuwa. Wa ana akhtartuka." Allah, ya salam. And I have chosen you. فَاسْتَمِعْ لِمَا يُوحَى. And so listen carefully to what is revealed. Just that language, أَنَا اخْتَرْتُكَ, I have chosen you. And that makes me feel, so overwhelmed in emotion when I hear Allah speaking to one of His creation and telling him, I've chosen you. And brothers and sisters, all of us who are sitting here right now, who we're fasting and we're present in the month of Ramadan. We care about the Quran, we care about dua, we care about this night, these nights, last 10 nights of Ramadan. We're trying to find the odd nights and be present and try to find Laylatul Qadr. Allahumma balighna Laylatul Qadr. One must know that they are chosen. As one of our, many of our predecessors would say, تظن أنك طالبا بل أنت مطلوب. أو تظن أنك قاصدا بل أنت مقصود. You think you are seeking, but you are the one being sought. And you think that you have an objective, but you are the objective. Like you are the maqsood. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala seeks us out, and we are the objective. And so when Allah chooses us and brings us into the sacred space, the fold of Islam, and He brings us into a space where we care about that which Allah loves, then there is that notion of being chosen. وَأَنَا اخْتَرْتُكَ, I have chosen you. So you should feel chosen. Not chosen in the sense that I am of unique standing and I am the best of the best. No. The believer does not think in those terms about themselves. We think about ourselves in the terms of, I feel graced and blessed with the opportunity to serve and worship with humility, that I have the opportunity to get up and pray and fast and worship and give in charity. That is what I feel honored, that God graced me. He chose me with that grace. Not that I'm special and unique, right? And above all else. No, the believer never operates in those terms. And then he says, Innani ana Allahu la ilaha illa ana fa'budni wa aqim as-salata li dhikri. Then he says, it is truly I am Allah. There is no God worthy of worship other than me. So worship me alone and establish prayer for my remembrance. Here, Allah is laying down the foundation to Sayyidina Musa. This is what it's all about. Verily, I am Allah. No God but me. So worship me and establish prayer so that وَأَقِمِ الصَّلَاةَ لِذِكْرِي. Why do we establish the prayer? To remember. This is one of the mechanisms, the integral mechanisms that we use for dhikr, for the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then Allah tells him that verily the hour is coming near. My will is to keep it hidden so that every soul may be rewarded according to their efforts, meaning that there's a test, there's a challenge, so beware. There's a time to come. You have to assess the integrity of your faith, your commitment to the divine, the nature of your servanthood. So do not let any of those who disbelieve in it and follow their desires distract you from it, or you will be doomed. So beware that their time will come, and there will be those on the path. And this is so relevant to us. There will be those on the path who reject and who disbelieve, but who will try tirelessly to distract you from it. That they will follow their desires, and they want you to follow their desires. They want you to also be off the path. And then, subhanAllah, Sayyiduna Musa, there's a very powerful and beautiful moment in this meeting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by the proverbial burning bush. Sayyiduna Musa was afraid, he was scared. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from his love and his gentleness and his care, he wanted to soothe the heart of Sayyiduna Musa. So he asked him, وَمَا تِلْكَ بِيَمِينِكَ يَا Musa? What's in your right hand, O Musa? So Sayyidina, subhanAllah, very similar to how we may with, maybe for example, اللَّهِ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى وَرَسُولِهِ, with one of our children who, for example, hurt their finger or stubbed their toe, and they're holding like a coin in their hand. So you say, what's that coin in your hand? And so they're like all tears and sniffly and all that kind of stuff. They're like, this coin, this thing, and then you kind of distract them by redirecting their attention. So in a similar vein, but Allah wa Rasuluhu, obviously, I'm not liking the Prophet to a child, but you understand in metaphor, an allegory. So then he said, what is in your right hand? As an element of lovely distraction, caring, loving distraction. So Sayyiduna Musa responded in an interesting way. He said, Hiya asai, this is my stick. Atawakka'u alayh, I lean on it sometimes. وأهش أتوكأ عليها وأهش بها على غنمي, and I use it to herd my sheep. ولي فيها مآرب أخرى, and I have other uses for it. Now, what's so profound is that in the Arabic language, in Arabic rhetoric in particular, the sufficient response to this question from God, what is in your right hand, what is sufficient, the appropriate response is to say, oh, it is my stick. That's it. That suffices. That answers the question. But he didn't do that. He said it's my stick, but then he elongated his speech and he added all these extra details. This is in Arabic rhetoric and balagha called itnab, elongation of speech. What's beautiful here is when the scholars explore why would someone not unnecessarily elongate their speech. Like they don't have to, but they do. Why would someone elongate their speech? From the reasons of the elongation of speech, one of the critical reasons is مؤانسة الحبيب ومجالسة الحبيب. Like I'm sitting with someone that I love. I'm talking with someone that I love. So I don't want to be short. I don't want to be to the point. I don't want to be technically correct. No, I want to elongate my speech. I want to just sit there and talk because this is the one that I love. And I love to spend time with you. And so I want to talk to you and say everything that I have. And so one of the beautiful elements here is that Sayyidina Musa loved Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so much that he didn't just want to answer the question that Allah posed to him, in that like concise, oh, it's my stick, or in the exactly appropriate amount. No, he wanted to spend as much time he could talking to Allah. So he says, this is my stick, and I do all this. Now, what's beautiful about this, brothers and sisters, is that in the space of dua and supplication, and we're talking about the prophetic supplications, we have to realize that a part of the spirit of supplicating, of calling upon Allah, is spending time with Allah. We love Allah, and Allah loves us. And so why cut it short? Spend time, talk to Allah, tell Him everything you want and about your life and what's going on and where you're coming from, what you're worried about, what you're afraid of, what you really, how you're thinking about this and what you're planning that and whatever. Just keep on talking. The way that Sayyidina Musa spoke to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he elongated his speech because of how much he loved him. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him, when he said, this is my stick and so on. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Alqiha ya Musa. So this stick that you have, now watch the the sequence. This stick, Allah used it to ask about it to distract Musa from his initial fear. Then Allah says, okay, now you told me about the stick, throw the stick ya Musa. Alqiha ya Musa. فألقاها. So he throws it. فإذا هي حية تسعى. Allahu Akbar. That thing that initially was used as a tool of distraction by Allah to ask him about it, to then bring him some type of comfort. Now he's commanded to throw it, and when he throws it, something startling happens. It turns into a serpent. فَإِذَا هِيَ حَيَّةٌ تَسْعَى. Then it becomes a slithering serpent. So then Allah commands him and he says, قَالَ خُذْهَا وَلَا تَخَفْ. Take it and have no fear. Allahu Akbar. There's so endless beauty here, because here, let me ask you a question. If you're concerned or you're worried about something, and I tell you, for example, I want to tell you to come into my room. So I say, and you're worried, and I said, don't worry, just come in. The cat is in the closet. Someone has a cat phobia. We've been talking about the cats in this space. The cat's in the closet or the cat's in the other room. Don't worry, come in. Don't worry, come in. Right? That's how we would speak. Have no fear, relax. Don't worry. Come in. So what should have been said is, if to use those terms, do not fear and take it. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like if we're going to use that same logic, like instead of me saying, don't worry, come in, what if I were to say, come in, and then don't worry? No, the what precedes the command is, in our day-to-day usage, that which assuages and comforts you so that you follow the command and you follow the guidance. But here Allah flips it. He commands first, خُذْهَا وَلَا تَخَفْ, and then do not be afraid. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is illustrating to him, by extension us, that by the simple fact of following the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is the best thing for you. That the command of Allah is what you should trust. The command of Allah is where you should find your comfort. The command of Allah, by just simply knowing it's the command of Allah, then you feel assuaged and comforted and relieved, because it's Allah has commanded. So Allah literally is saying, khudha, take it, and then He's putting do not fear secondary, because He wants trust in Allah first before even the convincing. So I'm not going to sit here and convince you to follow my command. No, you follow my command first, because it's the best thing for you. Trust me first, because I will never lead you astray. I am the one who has your best interest in mind. I am the one who guides you and blesses you. SubhanAllah. So khudha, take it, do not fear. And we will bring it back to its initial form. Then, there are a few ayat, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, just because time's catching up with us, I want to get to the dua. And then in verse number 24, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives him this huge command. اذهب إلى فرعون. Go to Pharaoh. إنه طغى. For he has transgressed all bounds. Allahu Akbar. This is a huge command. And to go face, the greatest tyrant and oppressor on earth by far. And now Sayyidina Musa has to go confront him. اذهب إلى فرعون. Go to the Pharaoh, for truly he has transgressed all bounds. So Allah then Sayyidina Musa, this beautiful prophetic dua that we should say very often. And this dua that I'm about to say, these series of verses that comprise of one big dua, should be said before any difficulties, any hardships, any things that you're going to, go towards having to fulfill or accomplish or complete that are challenging in any way. You make this dua. It's the dua for facilitation, the dua for ease from the grace of Allah's grace and mercy. So he says, قال ربي اشرح لي صدري. Ya Rabbi, expand and illuminate my chest. Uplift my heart for me. Inshirah al-sadr is when the heart and the chest are expanded. You're no longer tight-chested, but you have this vastness and expansiveness which is synonymous with being uplifted. وَيَسِّرْ لِي أَمْرِي, and make my task, my affairs easy. وَاحْلُلْ عُقْدَةً مِّن لِسَانِي, and remove any impediments from my tongue, i.e. do not allow there to be anything in my physical tongue or in my language or in my speech that would be an impediment, that would deprive me from fulfilling your command the way that's pleasing to you. You're telling me to go to Moses, to the Pharaoh, وَقُولَا لَهُ قَوْلًا, say to him words. So Ya Rabbi, do not allow my tongue to ever, in any way, shape, or form, whether in the physical or in my speech, limit me or be an impediment for me to fulfill your sacred command, because I want to fulfill your command the way that is beautiful and meaningful and pleasing to you. Make my affairs easy so that I can be on this journey meaningfully, so I can fulfill this path of prophecy in a manner that's pleasing to you. That's why he's asking for these things. Ishrah li sadri, expand my chest, make this task easy, remove the impediments. Yafqahu qawli, so that my speech is understood. And then he continues and says, Waj'al li waziran min ahli, and grant me a supporter, a helper, an aid, a companion from my family, a vizier from my family, someone who's going to be with me on this journey. And this is synonymous, brothers and sisters, with suhbah, with righteous companionship. We need good company. We need brothers and sisters with us on the path. This is from the most, elemental aspects of our tradition. It is the need for suhbah salihah. That's why we should seek it out. We should ask Allah for it. Ya Rabbi, grant me righteous friends, righteous companions, a righteous spouse, righteous friends, righteous people in my life, a righteous community that I'm embedded within. This is a part of the sacred tradition. Sayyidina Musa is asking for this, as he's asking for ease and facilitation and removal of burdens and so on. وَاجْعَلْ لِي وَزِيرًا مِنْ أَهْلِي هَارُونَ أَخِي, my brother Aaron. Sayyidina Musa is identifying his brother Aaron as a worthy companion on this journey to face this daunting reality of having to call Pharaoh and speak to him. And then he says, why? Ushdud bihi azri, strengthen me through him. So allow us to feed off of one another's energy. I will be stronger through him, and allow him to be stronger through me, so that I'm and subhanAllah, we are powerful in numbers. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always wants us to be together. أَعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا. Allah always wants us to be in community. Hold on to the rope of Allah collectively. We pray salawat, the prayer of any of our obligatory prayers that are prayed in congregation are 27 times better than praying in isolation. There is an inherent merit that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala clearly identifies in our sacred tradition, that when you're doing things in community, you're doing things communally rather than in isolation. So ushdud bihi azri, I'm strengthened, let me be strengthened through him. Wa ashrikhu fi amri, and let him share with me in this task. So that we, first off, I am not alone, right? In the sense of like I have someone helping me and supporting me, but then someone else is also able to benefit and carry this responsibility, because it's an honor. Yes, it's hard work, but there's a great honor in this path. I don't want to be the only one, on this path. I want others to also be on this path. My brother, allow him to share with me. And then this also illustrates the necessity of us working together, that we have to pool our resources. When you see the beautiful moments in the seerah of the Prophet ﷺ, when he would gather his companions together, for donations, for times of warfare and battles and expeditions, and supporting to free a slave, their brother Salman al-Farisi. It was the whole community pooling their resources, coming together, side by side, shoulder to shoulder. Imagine what we could carry as individuals, as a community of believers. How much more can we carry when all of our shoulders are lined up together, like we do in prayer, and then we're carrying, the burdens collectively, rather than me just trying to carry on my own meek shoulders, the burdens of this life. So it's very powerful, subhanAllah. Ashirku fi amri, and then subhanAllah, the crescendo. Kay nusabbihaka kathira, so that we may glorify you much. Ultimately, all of this that we're asking for in terms of the expansion of the chest, the facilitation of the pathway, the removal of impediments and burdens, bringing me Aaron, doing this, doing that, so that we can be strong, and ultimately نُسَبِّحُكَ كَثِيرًا, to glorify you abundantly. وَنَذْكُرَكَ كَثِيرًا, and to remember you abundantly. That's what it's all about, Ya Allah. We want to glorify you abundantly. We want to remember you a lot. إِنَّكَ كُنْتَ بِنَا بَصِيرًا, for truly you have always been watchful, ever watchful over us. Allahu Akbar. And then subhanAllah, Allah concludes, and we'll transition to the dua with this. قَالَ قَدْ أُوتِيتَ سُؤْلَكَ يَا مُوسَى. Allah responded that your requested has been granted, وَلَقَدْ مَنَنَّا عَلَيْكَ مَرَّةً أُخْرَى. And surely we have given you another favor, shown you a favor, another favor. We've given you a favor now, and we've given you other favors. And then he talks to him about what he did with his mother back in the day when his mother was afraid for you, and what I told her to do, and that whole story. And so brothers and sisters, there's so much to be, so many nuances and so many subtleties to be appreciated. But I hope and pray that in this space, in this sacred prophetic supplication, we see the beauty of a simple, humble, loving servant of Allah turning to him, expressing himself, talking to Allah, just finding joy and love, and just elongating his speech. And then having this moment where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helps him fix and orient his frame about where his trust should be, and find your absolute trust in me, not in the stick. Although it was a subtle example, but profound, because it's very illustrative of how we should think about where we should put our trust, rather than we put our trust in a lot of things and a lot of people. But things and people will always fail us. It is Allah who never fails us. I can put all of my trust, that all of my happiness is tied into this one person. Well, this person, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy upon us and be latif with us, that person died, or that person was treacherous, or that person turned their back on me, or whatever it is. But Allah will never do that. Allah never turns his back. Allah never dies. So put my trust fundamentally. And then this beautiful, here is this big command. Now with this command, Sayyidina Musa asks these beautiful asks. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to see the beauty and the wisdom of how to speak to Allah, how to think and feel about Allah, how to supplicate to Allah. So with that, inshallah, let's raise our hands, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. We're slightly behind schedule. I have a 11 o'clock commitment here in the masjid, so I want to make sure we make dua together and get some of your ad'iyah. So bismillah, tawakkalna Allah. Everyone raise your hands, inshallah ta'ala. Bismillah. ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله وصلى اللهم وسلم على سيدنا محمد وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت، وعافنا فيمن عافيت، وتولنا فيمن توليت، وبارك اللهم لنا فيما أعطيت، وقنا واصرف عنا برحمتك شر ما قضيت، إنك تقضي بالحق ولا يقضى عليك. اللهم يا واصل المنقطعين أوصلنا إليك. اللهم هب لنا عملا صالحا متقبلا يقربنا إليك. استرنا فوق الأرض وتحت الأرض ويوم العرض عليك. كلنا ولا تكن علينا، أعنا ولا تعن علينا. اللهم إنا يا الله واقفون ببابك فلا تردنا يا رب. اللهم إنا ها هنا واقفون، قاعدون، نائمون في هذه الليلة المباركة يا رب، في كل أحوالنا يا رب. جئناك خاضعين منكسرين محتاجين يا رب. رفعنا إليك الأكف يا رب، رفعنا إليك الأكف. اللهم تقبل منا يا رب في هذه الليلة. اللهم تقبل منا. اللهم بارك لنا وفينا وعلينا، وأكرمنا ظاهرا وباطنا في الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم يا الله، اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم تقبل منا يا رب رمضاننا وصلاتنا ودعاءنا وقيامنا وركوعنا وسجودنا. تقبل منا صدقاتنا وزكواتنا. تقبلنا في الصالحين. اللهم تقبل منا يا كريم. اللهم ارزقنا خيرات وبركات وفتوحات وفيوضات هذه الليلة المباركة يا رب من ليالي رمضان. اللهم يا رب بلغنا ليلة القدر. اللهم بلغنا ليلة القدر، وارزقنا يا رب القيام والصيام يا رب في هذه الأيام والليالي المباركة. وارزقنا يا رب أن نكون ممن شهدوا هذه الليلة المباركة ليلة القدر، ورزقوا جميع خيراتها وبركاتها وفتوحاتها وفيوضاتها يا رب. اللهم اجعلنا من عتقائك من النار ومن عتقاء شهر رمضان. اللهم لا تحرمنا أجر هذه الليلة المباركة يا رب. لا تحرمنا بذنوبنا وتقصيرنا وضعفنا وكسلنا يا رب. اللهم لا تحرمنا، لا تحرمنا، لا تحرمنا يا رب، لا تحرمنا يا رب. أنت الكريم، أنت العفو، تحب العفو فاعف عنا يا رب. اللهم أكرمنا بكرمك. اللهم امن علينا بالصحة والعافية. بارك لنا في دنيانا وأخرانا، وارزقنا أعمارا طويلة في طاعتك وخدمة دينك يا رب. اللهم ارزقنا أعمارا طويلة في طاعتك وخدمة دينك. اللهم لا تقبض أرواحنا إلا وأنت راض عنا. لا تجعل هذا آخر عهدنا برمضان. ارزقنا رمضانات عديدة. اللهم إلهي نجنا من كل ضيق بجاه المصطفى مولى الجميع، وهب لنا في المدينة قرارا ورزقا، ثم دفنا في البقيع يا الله يا كريم. اللهم يا الله كن لعبادك المستضعفين في فلسطين وفي كل مكان أنت أعلم بهم منا يا رب. إخواننا في غزة يا رب كن لهم خير معين. اللهم أزل عنهم هذه الغموم، هذه البلوى. اللهم أزل عنهم هذا العدوان وهذا الظلم الضروس يا رب. اللهم أزل عنهم يا رب، وأنزل عليهم السكينة والرحمة والطمأنينة. اللهم ارزقهم خيرات الدنيا والآخرة. آتهم في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقهم عذاب النار يا رب. عليك بالمعتدين الظلمة، اللهم أهلك الظالمين بالظالمين، أرنا فيهم عجائب قدرتك. وصل اللهم وسلم على سيدنا محمد، وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. Ya Allah, Ya Kareem, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, we gather together as a group of humble servants on this night of Ramadan. Ya Allah, we have entered into the last 10 nights of Ramadan by your grace and by your mercy, by your generosity, and kindness, Ya Rab. It is only by you and your beautiful grace and mercy and compassion that you allow us, that you choose us for these moments of worship, that you have graced us and blessed us with the opportunity to worship you in the last 10 nights of Ramadan. Ya Rabbi, we praise you. We don't have sufficient verbiage, language, words, meanings, or understandings to even remotely begin to praise you as you are worthy of praise. Ya Allah, Ya Kareem, you are the most high, the most great. Only you can praise yourself sufficiently. And we send an abundance of prayers and peace upon your most beloved messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And Ya Allah, Ya Kareem, Ya Rahman, Rahim, we ask you to be pleased with us on these nights of Ramadan. Ya Rab, in these last 10 nights of Ramadan, in these odd nights of Ramadan, allow us to witness the most sacred and blessed night of the year, and that is Laylatul Qadr. Ya Rab, allow us to be those who witness Laylatul Qadr and receive all of the bounties and the blessings of Laylatul Qadr, and who receive all the elevation and purification and salvation of Laylatul Qadr, all of the endless reward of Laylatul Qadr. Ya Rabbi, Ya Kareem, bless us, Ya Rab, bless us and be pleased with us and accept us. We beg you to accept us in this moment as your humble servants. View us and deem us as worthy of all of your grace and your mercy and your forgiveness, all of the bountifulness that you bestow upon your beloveds. Allow us to be from them. Allow us to be worthy of it in this life and the next, Ya Rab. Grant us blessed lives, long lives in your service, serving you every single day, seeking your pleasure every single day. Use us for your cause, use us for your religion, use us to serve you and to serve your creation, Ya Allah. And we ask you, Ya Rab, that you grant us the best of the afterlife, all of the blessed realities of the afterlife. Grant us the intimate company of Al-Habib sallallahu alaihi wasallam and your book, the Quran, in our grave and in all stations throughout our existence. Grant us the sip from the hawd of Al-Habib sallallahu alaihi wasallam in your shade when there's no other shade, and the entrance into Jannah to be in the highest levels of Jannah without any preceding hardship or difficulty or reckoning of any type, Ya Rab. And grant us the ultimate pleasure and gift of the beatific vision to see you in Jannah, Ya Rab. That is the ultimate prize and the ultimate hope and the ultimate dream of any one of us, is to see you, Ya Rab, and to beg you that you are pleased with us. We seek your pleasure. All we want to do is to find you pleased with us, and that you look upon us with an eye of acceptance and an eye of pleasure, Ya Rab. Ya Rab, allow the affairs of this dunya do not consume us. لا تجعل الدنيا أكبر همنا. Don't allow this dunya to be the epitome or the extent of our concern. We seek, Ya Rabbi, that our ultimate concern is your pleasure, not this dunya. We know this dunya is fleeting, it's small, it's scant in its nature, but we know that you are everlasting, and you are al-awwal wal-akhir, you are the beginning and the end. And so we ask you, Ya Rabbi, we ask you the best of this life and the best of the afterlife. And do not allow us, Ya Rabbi, to be amongst those who become imprisoned in this life, but allow us to those who keep their eye on the afterlife and who walk the walk of the afterlife. Ya Allah, Ya Kareem, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, be pleased with us. Grant us, Ya Rab, our needs, our wants. Ya Rabbi, there are those of here who are sitting right now in this moment who have endless needs, endless struggles and challenges with family-related matters, seeking a spouse, seeking children, a strained marriage, seeking easement in financial matters, people who are dealing with all sorts of challenges, legal and otherwise, people who are dealing with struggles with their children, people who are challenged and dealing with struggles with illnesses and with loss of loved ones and being separated and exiled and all sorts of difficulties, Ya Rabbi, and challenges. We ask you by the power of being it is to do away with our challenges and our difficulties and our hardships, and to lift them and remove them from upon us. Grant us their rewards and allow us to be elevated through them, Ya Rabbi. And we ask you, Ya Rabbi, in this night of Ramadan, that you bless our brothers and sisters in Gaza, in Palestine, Ya Rabbi. Our brothers and sisters, Ya Rab, are suffering, and they're going through unspeakable hardships and difficulties. The brutalization, the tyranny, the oppression, the evil that is upon them, the genocide, the indiscriminate killing, the murder, the assault, everything that's happening to them, the theft, the destruction, all of it, Ya Rab. It is it is absolutely suffering. It is absolutely painful to watch and to see and to know and to hear about every single day, about the state of our brothers and sisters, our children, our mothers, our fathers, our grandparents in Palestine, in Gaza, in the West Bank. Ya Rabbi, we ask you in this blessed night of Ramadan that you grant them so much relief and ease and comfort. Ya Rabbi, lift the scourge from upon them. We ask you to grant them so much sakina in this moment, tranquility and comfort and relief. We want them, Ya Rabbi, to have peace, peace, salam, salam. You are as-salam. Allow your salam to descend upon them, Ya Rabbi, in this moment, outwardly and inwardly. Grant them so much patience, beautiful patience, acceptance of your decree. Elevate them in their ranks. Accept their martyrs, Ya Rab. Accept the shuhada, those innocents who have passed in those lands, the children, the parents, all of the innocents who have passed in those lands, Ya Rabbi. We ask you, the men and the women, all of them, Ya Rab, to grant them the highest levels of Jannah, Ya Rab, Ya Rab, Ya Rab, Ya Rab, to see all these people, all of our brothers and sisters, the tens of thousands now who've been killed, accept them all as martyrs and sanctify their souls. And we see so many who are ill, Ya Rab, so many who are ill, hundreds of thousands who are ill, who are injured, and who have suffered all sorts of debilitating ailments, Ya Rabbi. Bring them so much relief in this night, Ya Rab, so much relief and comfort, and grant them shifa and tam, and a complete healing and afia and wellness, Ya Allah, Ya Kareem. And Ya Rabbi, we ask you to stop the tyrants and the oppressors of this earth, to stop them, Ya Rab, from exacting their tyranny, this death and destruction. You are the one who possesses, you are the all powerful, you are the one who possesses be and it is, Ya Rabbi. Stop them from continuing in this indiscriminate path of death and destruction, Ya Rab. Ya Rab, you know the tyrants, you know the oppressors, you know the wrongdoers, Ya Rab, Ya Kareem, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. أرنا فيهم عجائب قدرتك يا الله يا كريم يا رحمن رحيم. Ya Rab, bless us and bless our parents, bless our homes, bless our children. Allahumma ya Rab, اغفر لآبائنا وأمهاتنا. Forgive our parents and have mercy upon them. Be pleased with them. Our elders, our teachers, Ya Rab, our mashayikh. Bless our mashayikh and be pleased with them. The ones who are alive and the ones who have passed, and the ones who have passed, Ya Rabbi, have mercy upon them and sanctify their souls and elevate their ranks. And all of our mashayikh and teachers, going back all the way back to Al-Habib sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, وعليهم أجمعين بسر الفاتحة. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. So inshallah, let's pull up the inshallah we'll start to make the dua for the collective, inshallah. As always, please, everyone make dua for everyone. Everyone make dua for everyone. Dua for my parents, my family and parents. Allahumma ameen. May Allah bless your family and your parents. Brother Ahsan, may Allahumma ameen. Sister Bushra, Assalamu alaikum, Imam. We miss you and your beautiful family. We miss you too, Wallahi, Sister Bushra. May Allah bless you. May Allah bless and protect you. Ameen, ameen. Bless you and your loved ones and your family. Please keep everyone in your dua. Please give my salam to all the beloveds, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. Please pray that my family are kept steadfast in Allah's oneness and keeps our iman strong and facilitate our work, ease our trials, grant us Jannatul Firdaus and save us from hellfire. Allahumma ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Allahumma ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Please make dua for my mother Lisa. Her health is declining. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to open her heart to Islam so that my heart would be at peace. Allah is the best of planners. May He grant me peace with this, Ya Rab. May Allah beautifully bring her to Islam, Ya Rab. And may Allah bring you so much joy and happiness in your heart through this, and peace and ease. Allahumma ameen. Oh Allah, you know what I need. Answer my prayers even when I don't have the energy to speak them. Answer all the prayers beloveds asked me to make for them. Answer the prayers of my mom and sister. Allahumma ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Please make dua for my diabetic brother who's going through a nasty divorce despite his efforts to reconciliate to reconciliate, and he's a father of two confused teenagers. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring so much ease in this sacred and blessed night of Ramadan. May Allah facilitate through so much ease and wellness and comfort into your brother's life on all fronts, inwardly and outwardly. Ya Rab, please, I need advice, barakah, all happiness and good openings in my life right now. Allahumma ameen. Ya Rabbil Alameen. Allahumma ameen. Ya Rabbil Alameen. Please make dua for a favorable immigration decision for my family member. Allahumma ameen. Allahumma ameen, Ya Rab. Please pray that I heal from a broken heart due to divorce and find the strength to marry again one day, Ya Rab. Allahumma ameen. May Allah heal your heart and open up your heart, Ya Rab. Allah, please make us all leave this Ramadan with a strong love and a connection for Allah, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the Quran, and make us be able to continue our good habits outside of Ramadan. Allahumma ameen, Ya Rabbil Alamin. Please make dua for Allah to make it easy for me, my husband and I, to come to decision where to live. If we leave New Jersey, we will miss your classes in person. No, well, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring you to whatever is best for you, and we would love for you to stay with us, inshallah, in New Jersey. But may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala facilitate the pathway for you to live where it is truly best for you, Ya Rab. Oh Allah, grant me and my family complete health, physical and mental well-being, strengthen to worship fervently in these blessed nights, and make us steadfast in our faith. Allahumma ameen, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Please pray that my family are kept steadfast in Allah's oneness and keeps our iman strong, facilitate our work, ease our trials, grant us Jannatul Firdaus, save us from hellfire. Allahumma ameen. Allahumma ameen, Sister Sabah. Allahumma ameen. Make my children among the people of the Quran successful in this world and the next. Grant my father complete recovery and my mother well-being. Allahumma ameen. Allahumma ameen, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Ya Rab, please grant me and everyone else good health and a good ending. Ya Rab. Allah, all grant us the best, the afiyah in this life and the best of endings from this world, Ya Rab. Please make dua to grant me good health and favor in my upcoming job interview, inshallah, to also grant all the oppressed freedom and from any type of oppression. Allahumma ameen. Ya Rabbil Alameen. Please pray for me for the best end. Allahumma ameen, Ya Rab. Allahumma ahsan khitamana jami'an, Ya Rab. May Allah grant all our dua this month. Ease all the suffering, mentally, physically, spiritually, in any hurtful situation in our ummah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala send the cure. Allahumma ameen, Ya Rab. Ya Rab, please grant me righteous children and halal provisions. Allahumma ameen, Ya Rab. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive our shortcomings. May He grant us mercy this Ramadan and guidance for us, our children, and all coming after Allah. Victory to all the oppressed sisters and brothers. Allahumma ameen. Allahumma ameen. Allahumma ameen. Ya Shafi, grant me shifa and health, and bless Shaykh Yasir abundantly in this life and next. Allahumma ameen. Ya Rab, barakallahu feekum, dear brother, for that dua. May Allah bless you, Ya Rab, abundantly as well. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant my bedridden grandmother shifa, provide noor in the graves of our deceased family members. Allahumma ameen. Guide my dad, brother, and all us on the straight path and prevent us from departing it. Allahumma ameen, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Please pray for Allah to invite us to this perform Hajj in my family. Ya Rab, may Allah grant you and all of us, Ya Rab, a beautiful invitation to His house. Dua for me and my pregnancy to always be firm in our iman, to have excellent character, and to always be in a state of seeking Allah's pleasure. Allahumma ameen, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Please pray for my sister who's suffering from a medical condition for many years. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant her so much relief, and may He magnify her reward and elevate her ranks. Ya Rab. Dua for me to be able to get a cheap, clean place to live without any issues this week. Ya Rab. Allahumma ameen. Allahumma ameen. Dua for those who have strayed from their deen to come back stronger and more steadfast than ever. Allahumma ameen. Ya Rabbil Alamin. Inshallah, we'll take two more bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Please pray for the guidance from my husband. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him love and love of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allahumma ameen. Allahumma ameen. May all of us have deep love for Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in our hearts. Please pray for my husband to turn to Islam so he can be one religion household. And please, Ya Rab, call us to go to Umrah and Hajj together. Please pray for this ummah and give us all ease and increase our iman. Allahumma ameen. Allahumma ameen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us all in these sacred and blessed nights the best of what Allah can bestow upon His servants in this world, and grant us the best of the afterlife. That's from the conclusive dua. Allahumma atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina adhab an-nar. May He grant us the best of this life, the best of the afterlife, and to save us from the hellfire. And may He make us of those who are saved in these nights of Ramadan. May we be all those who witness Laylatul Qadr, and may we all be gifted the absolute, magnificent, endless bounties of this night, Laylatul Qadr. And may He make us of those who are going to be fully pardoned. Allahumma innaka afuun tuhibbul afwa fa'afu anna ya kareem. Allahumma innaka afuun tuhibbul afwa fa'afu anna ya kareem. Allahumma innaka afuun tuhibbul afwa fa'afu anna ya kareem. Barakallahu feekum wa jazakumullah khair. And I'm sure, inshallah, we'll see you all tomorrow, bi'idhnillah. Barakallahu feekum. And always see you, Habib Alman. Please give my salam to your family and your loved ones. And we'll see you all, bi'idhnillah. Barakallahu feekum.
Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. MashaAllah, beautiful session, beautiful reminders, and so many of you sent in your du'as. Thank you so much for doing that and engaging with the platform. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of your du'as. with these last couple of minutes here, inshallah, we'll make some announcements before the Quran recitation, which is going to follow this session, inshallah. So for those of you who are interested in supporting Celebrate Mercy and the work that we're doing, if you want to learn more, the best way you can do that is by joining these series of live sessions that we'll have. RSVP is required for these sessions. Basically, they are these shorter online sessions in which we'll have presentations and Q&A with Celebrate Mercy's director and with various speakers, inshallah. So you can join us for those private webinars for the donors. And you can learn about all the places that your money will be going, how far that your donations will be going, inshallah. So you can go to celebratemercy.com/review, inshallah. And once again, just as an overview, Celebrate Mercy has done so much work in these last 24 months. Here's a quick snapshot of that. 950 hours of new content, 350,000 hours of content viewed, 680 webinars, 18,200 children enrolled in the 15 kids programs, $872,000 raised for relief aid and scholarships, and 10 social and salawat campaigns, mashallah. So you can, of course, support all of these initiatives and all the things that Celebrate Mercy is aiming to do by going to launchgood.com/CM. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Giving charity extinguishes sins just as water extinguishes fire. The best of charity is that given in Ramadan." And once again, today is a match day. A donor is matching up to $10,000. So please donate. And after this session, inshallah, please tune in to the next session, which is going to be starting in 4 minutes, inshallah, at 11 p.m. Eastern Time for the Quran recitation. And you'll have chances there, to tune in, to engage, and to see what Celebrate Mercy is all about. But please do donate. We will get a match if we reach that $10,000 mark, inshallah. On the 23rd night, and I want to clarify this from what I misspoke on earlier, is a 24-hour period, basically. April 1st, April 2nd. Well, it's April 3rd now. So the point is we're trying to donate as much as you can, inshallah, and we're trying to win our first place prize, inshallah. 59% of our Ramadan goal. We are at 59%, inshallah, of the Ramadan goal, $1 million. So support this program, support Celebrate Mercy and all the work that they're doing and all the work that we want to do, inshallah. And we also have free gifts for our supporters. And of course, we have a Sira Scholarship Fund as well, which is zakat eligible, and it's strictly used to facilitate prophetic learning, used to support tuition fees with zakat eligible seekers, and used to send books to send to incarcerated Muslims. And you can learn more at launchgood.com/CM. And of course, as we mentioned before, we have gifts for the Ramadan to donate, inshallah, and you'll qualify for various gifts. And it's good to have these gifts in your home. They're blessed, beautiful gifts, inshallah. You can donate at launchgood.com/CM. You could scan the QR code on your screen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your support as a gift in honor of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And of course, you can sponsor webinars as well. They're viewed by thousands of people, and your du'as can be shown as well. And this can serve as sadaqah jariyah for you or a loved one who has passed. You can learn more at celebratemercy.org/sponsor. And your messages, inshallah, will be shown 2 times at least during these webinars. And this webinar has been sponsored by an anonymous family. May Allah grant our deceased parents Jannah and make us sadaqah jariyah for them. May Allah grant us righteous spouses. May He bring us success in this life and the next. May Allah cure the sick, heal our hearts, and give relief to those suffering, especially in Gaza and worldwide. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this family. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elevate this family, elevate them in rank, and increase them in their faith, and grant them their du'as, and grant healing to those suffering around the world, especially in Palestine. In just about a minute now, we'll be starting the 30 Nights of Light, inshallah, the communal Quran recitation and reflections by the various scholars that you see on your screen. Inshallah, it's been a beautiful series, and I highly encourage you to tune into these if you haven't already throughout the remainder of this beautiful month, inshallah. We have the Walking Quran. This is the Kids Ramadan series as well. We also have the Ramadan series for ages 8 to 12, Allah Loves. And we also have the Teens series as well, Why Do I Believe? And once again, you can head over to celebratemercy.org/store and use the discount code Ramadan20 at checkout to get 20% off site-wide on all orders above $100. There's many gifts there for you or your loved ones, and I highly encourage you to do that and spread the love this month, inshallah. And if you're interested in traveling to the holy cities with Celebrate Mercy, you can fill out the interest form at celebratemercy.org/trips. Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much for joining me and being a part of this beautiful program. Inshallah, you can join the next program starting shortly on our YouTube channel, inshallah. So take care. Have a beautiful evening. I wish you a beautiful Ramadan, and please keep me in your du'as. This is your brother Alman Nusrat, and this has been a Celebrate Mercy program. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.